Hello and welcome to Rathods IS. Today in this session, we are going to discuss current affairs of 11th December 2023. So first of all, I want to announce one important course that we are launching in this Rathods IS today, that is Prelims Booster course. So if you are facing problem of clearing prelims and if you have already attempted many times but you have not cleared at prelims, so this course which is providing you best opportunity to clear prelims this year. So in this course we are going to give you a daily schedule, like what you have to read on which day along with the chapters, and based on that daily schedule we are going to conduct you the test every day at 6 p.m. So that test will be having 15 to 20 questions on that day's syllabus, and we are also going to provide you full length test series that is going to be started from February. So from February onwards, every Sunday you will be having a full length test. And apart from that, weekly you will be having twice live classes on weekdays. On Sunday you will be having 2 hours of revision session. And overall you will be having 4 hours of classes every week. Okay, so their classes will be taken by 4 mentors. And next one is we are also going to cover current affairs of last 1 year, and we are going to give you the notes of current affairs from prelims point of view. That will be very helpful to clear your prelims. And next one here is we are also going to provide one-to-one mentorship as well, because one student's need is different from another student, right? So to identify your strength and weakness, so this mentorship is very important. And if you want to have a mentorship call, yes, we are also going to provide you the mentorship call on Sundays, right? So for all these things, the cost here is 4,000 rupees and the admissions are going on. You can join today. So here, if you want to join this course, you can call me on this number 8074765513, or even you can text me on this number in WhatsApp. If you are facing any financial problem, so you can talk to me directly. Okay, so the course is going to start from 11th 12th 2023, that is today itself. So try to join this course, don't hesitate to join. So it is very affordable as well. And one more thing here is, if you want to clear prelims, I can 100% say that this course will be enhance your performance in your prelims for sure. Okay, so this is about this course. So please do join this course. And now let us see today's paper. So first let us see the PDF of The Hindu today. Okay, so this is today's Delhi edition of The Hindu, and we are going to point out the articles which are important from our examination point of view, and we are going to see in how many perspectives we can think that topic. So how can we interconnect with the other topics? And yesterday I got one comment like, so please discuss even ethics dimension also. So wherever ethics related topic is there, I will be showing that, don't worry. Okay, so the first topic in the front page is key COP, that is Conference of Parties document calls for progress in adapting to climate change by 2030. So as you all know that COP 28, okay, that is Conference of Parties 28, which started on November 30 and it is going to end on December 12th, right? So here we came up with a document now, and we have to see what are the key highlights of that document. Why? Because we are facing this problem of climate change. So because of increasing of global warming, because of increasing of this greenhouse effect, because of increasing of emissions, so because increasing of greenhouse gases released into atmosphere, so because of all these things, now we are facing this climate change. And already we have evidence that we have already experiencing lot of weather related climate events. For example, heat waves, and also like melting of glaciers, okay, and increasing of sea level rise, unseasonal rainfall, droughts, floods, wildfires, etc. So because of this, yes, all countries, they need to come together and take these steps. Because if one country is doing action and another country is not doing, means it is not at all useful. So all countries, they need to come together and they have to take efficient steps to control this climate change. And what are the targets that we have in this document? So the target year is 2030. So this article is important from your GS paper 3, and you can get a prelims and mains based question from this area. And next topic is Vishnu Dio Sai chosen as a new Chhattisgarh CM. So here you have to focus on this word CM, okay, that is Chief Minister. In our state legislature topic, we have this CM. Right, and there is a high chance of getting questions from state legislature this year because of elections in many states. So here you have to see who is the CM and what is the appointment process. So you have to see who is the CM and appointment process and some constitutional provisions regarding this CM. Okay, and even you have to focus on tenure. So all these points are important, and this article is relevant from our GS paper 2 under polity. So in your polity you have directly which is present in your syllabus, that is state legislature. So CM is part of state legislature, you have to see that. So these are the two at most important topics which are present in the first page. And even I found one important and interesting image. So I hope you can see this image. That is about seagulls. Seagulls fly over Yamuna on smoggy winter day. So here you have to focus on this seagull. So what is this bird? And what is the speciality of this bird? So that may come in your prelims examination. So there is one important article here is 12,850 square kilometers of vegetation lost in 50 years across this Kaveri basin. So this is a very, very important topic and we have to see that. And in the city page, there is nothing much important in our today's paper. So you can skip this paper. And if you move on in the states page also, most of the paper I found that they are just political articles. And you can directly move on to this editorial page in today's paper. See, most of the times we can see advertisements here rather than news. Yes, in this editorial page you can see this article. This is regarding expulsion of Mahua Mothia. So this article is important from our polity, and already number of times we discussed about this topic, and here we can connect this topic with parliamentary committees. So parliamentary committees is important chapter in your Lakshmikant, and many a times the question which asked from this parliamentary committee. So here there is a chance of getting questions regarding ethics committee this year. So who are the members? So what is the mandate? Everything that you have to refer regarding this ethics committee. And next topic is calibrating the strategy for India's future growth. So actually, whenever you are picking up article to read, you have to see who is the author even. So this is C. Rangarajan. He's a former chairman and Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council and a former Governor Reserve Bank of India. So he's a very, very important personality and he wrote this article. And here what are the views of this person, so that can be taken into account. So here you have to see, like recently RBI came up with the forecast, and even recently IMF also came up with this growth forecast, that is GDP growth forecast of India. So regarding this article says that what are the steps can be taken to improve our economy. So whatever steps can be taken to improve our economy. So he focused on employment opportunities, he focused on investment, savings. So how can we improve economy? So that thing which is given here. And this topic is at most important from your GS paper 3. under economy point of view. And if we move on next, the important article is no more hot air about air pollution. So here this article which is actually criticizing the present BJP government. So it is criticizing present BJP government that no steps had been taken. So what are the election manifesto came up in 2014 elections that had not been achieved. So this is the thing which mainly said by the author. So we are not going to see the political thing here. So but here we have to see like what is this air burden. So what is the data regarding this air pollution and what is the disease burden here. So what are the programs came up by the government. Those things that we are going to discuss. Okay, and this topic is important from your GS paper 3 under environment and ecology. Okay. And in this opinion page also most of the articles are political articles. So leave this page. In this text and context you can see one important article that is on listing of cases in Supreme Court. So here you have to see, so what is this case about. And if you see here, one more important information here is increase in India's power consumption from April to November. So there is increased power consumption and you have to see what will be the impact of this increased power consumption on our economy and as well as on our environment. And here you can see one more number, the decrease in India's coal imports from April to October. So on another side we are saying that we are moving towards renewable energy. So this is the one example which says that yes, we are moving from non-renewable energy sources towards energy sources. Okay, towards renewable energy sources. And if you move on to this news page, so most of the articles are political articles. Yes, this is very important. So please keep star mark here. Kaveri Basin lost nearly 12,850 square kilometers of green cover. So a natural vegetation of nearly 12,850 square kilometers of land which is present across this Kaveri Basin which has been lost in 50 years. That is from 1965 to 2016. So this is a thing which mainly published by IIS, that is Indian Institute of Science in a paper. So Karnataka has much more than any other state in the basin. It accounts for 3/4 of lost in the cover. Okay, so Karnataka which is losing lot of amount of this vegetative cover. And pointing out the natural vegetation cover went down by around 46%. So this paper which mainly said that yes, there is a reduction in dense vegetation and also there is reduction in degraded vegetation of 63%. So why, what are the changes, why there is a decreasing of green cover? For example, we have deforestation, and because of whenever we are going for development projects or whenever we are going for infrastructure projects, yes, we will be having this loss of land or loss of green cover. So actually this article says that this suffered adversely changes in the extent of forest cover like Brahmagiri Wildlife Sanctuary, Bandipur National Park, Nagarhole National Park, Kaveri Wildlife Sanctuary, those have been affected a lot. And even because of anthropological pressure. So because of this human activities also that led to the degradation. Okay, and next topic here is cases of human trafficking, victims being forced to commit cyber crimes on rise. Yes, what happened if you're talking about human trafficking? So in our constitution said that we have to prohibit this human trafficking. And please let me know which article in our fundamental rights talks about this human trafficking. Okay, so human trafficking, though it is like the law which is against this human trafficking. Now what happens? So these people, they are forced to do some cyber crimes. Okay, so this article is also very important. And if you move further, here you can see this article regarding ethics committee. So I already said about this topic. And here you can see Switzerland, Norway ministers arriving for a dialogue on trade. So 4-nation EFTA. Okay, so 4-nation EFTA grouping of Nordic countries which has stepped up trade negotiations, and we are going to have this pact for next 30 years. So this is also very important. So here actually there are some terminology given in this article. So I have to say about the terminology. So first we have this Trade and Economic Partnership Agreement, that is TEPA, and here we have Bilateral Investment Treaty BIT, European Free Trade Association EFTA, and EU means European Union, and apart from this FTA means nothing but Free Trade Agreement. And here one more important thing I saw, that is BTIA, that is Bilateral Trade Investment Agreement. These are some important key terms that you have to see. And even we have Comprehensive Economic and Commercial Agreement, that is CCEA. Okay, so these are the important keywords that you have to focus, and you have to see what is the meaning of that so and so organization and which are the members of them. So that is very important. And next topic, it is about one important scheme, that is PM Vishwakarma scheme. So 21.15 lakh applications are received under this PM Vishwakarma scheme, says Skill Ministry. So this is very important. You have to see what are the provisions of this. So you have to see what are the provisions of this PM Vishwakarma scheme. So this is very important. So that's all. So these are the very important articles that happened in our today's Hindu newspaper. Now let us try to see the notes part. So if you want to get the notes, you can download the notes in Telegram channel. So the link is given in the description box. So these are notes. So first topic, it is about key Conference of Parties document, and we are going to see what is written in that document, and we have to analyze whether that will be achieved by India by 2030 or not. So these are very important things. So tell me that what you are thinking, whether India will be achieving these targets or not. Okay, so please let me know in the comment box. And this topic is important from your environment and ecology, which comes under GS paper 3. So by 2025, all countries, they must have in place a detailed plan to adapt to current and future impacts of climate change in their territory. So in this Conference of Parties, so delegates, they said that so each and every country, they need to have a detailed plan to phase out, okay, to decrease the impacts of this climate change, and also must demonstrate progress in implementing such a plan by 2030. So the draft of the key climate document released. So actually in this context, so what are the steps that can be taken by the different countries? So that steps had been released, or that things, or that data, or that document had been released. And if you see the details, it says that a final version is expected to be the part of agreement. So we didn't came with a final copy, so we have just a draft now. So we are going to get this final version when United Nations COP28 concludes. So after concluding of this summit, so we are going to get the details of this document. And much of the focus which is done at the annual talks, and they focused on especially mitigation, and they focused on time-bound plans to reduce their own greenhouse gas emissions, and even we have to focus on this global stocktake. And there is equally important process under the way here is adaptation. So not only decreasing of emissions, not only the mitigation, but even adaptation is very important. So global temperatures, they have already risen 1.1 degrees Celsius when we are comparing with this pre-industrial times. So but in 2015 itself, we came up with this Paris climate deal. Okay, so we came with this Paris climate deal or Paris agreement. Okay, so in this 2015 Paris climate deal or Paris agreement, so that time itself we said that we are going to decrease 1.5 degrees centigrade to 2 degrees centigrade of global warming when we are comparing with it of this pre-industrial levels. But this article says that already the global temperature has been increased to 1.1 degrees centigrade, and we brought in their wake and acceleration the climate related disasters, and we are focusing on this exhaustive scientific investigation shown up, okay, to control this global warming. And if you're talking about the actions, so actions need to be taken by a country specific. That means each and every country they knows that where are the some loopholes are there, so how there is increasing of pollution is happening. So for that thing, yes, we need country specific, and that can range from building flood defenses, setting up of early warning system for cyclones, and switching to drought resistant crops, and to redesign the government policies according to United Nations Climate Division. So actually what are the actions that came up in this document? So that are very important. So why? Because we have to focus on building of flood resilience. That means if there is any flood is happening, it should not cause much damage and danger. And we have to come with early warning systems for cyclones so that we will be prepared well. And we have to switch to drought resistant crops, okay, because nowadays due to this climate change, unseasonal rainfall and unpredicted rainfall is happening. So because of this, most of the area is going to become drought soon. That is the thing which mainly studied in, I think, in yesterday's or day before yesterday's class, right? So to make that to ensure the food security, yes, we have to focus on drought resistant crops, and we have to redesign the government policies according to United Nations climate action. So this is about this topic, and now let us see some facts regarding this COP, that is Conference of Parties. So COP, it is one of the apex decision authority of United Nations, FCCC. So here this COP meets every year unless parties decide otherwise. So the first COP member, okay, so first COP member and meeting, it was held in Berlin. So that too in 1995. 1995 the first meeting of this COP which has been held, and this COP meets in Bonn. Okay, Bonn summit. So the seats of secretariat unless a party offers to the session. And this one is the office of the COP president. So where it is present, that is rotating among 5 United Nations regional groupings like Africa, Latin America, Asia and Caribbean, and as well as Central and Eastern Europe and even Western Europe and some other parts. And the president is usually the environment minister of his or her home country. So he is a member, so member will be like environment minister, and she or he selected an acclamation immediately after opening this COP session. So these are some important things that you have to remember regarding this article. So now let us see next topic. It is about appointment of CM. So here we are going to see some static syllabus regarding this CM. That's it. So we are not going to bother about who is this person, so what's the biodata of this person. So if we are talking about the context, it says that BJP, that is Bharatiya Janata Party, so which is going to choose its CM candidate, that is Vishnu Dev Sai. So he is to be appointed as Chief Minister in the state of Chhattisgarh. So it is very important. And if you see the appointment process, so Article 164 of our Indian Constitution, which talks about CM. It says that CM shall be appointed by governor. So CM is not appointed by president, it is governor. So this is very important. And the leader of party that has got the majority share of votes in the assembly sessions, so that majority party leader is appointed as chief minister. And the governor is the nominal executive authority, but the real power which is present with the chief minister. So real power is present with chief minister because he is elected by the people, and here governor is just a nominal executive. And next one is there is also some discretionary powers which can be enjoyed by this governor. Okay, so whenever there is no leader which is present. Okay, so here if you're talking about one more important thing, that is the person who is not a member of state legislature, even he can be appointed as CM, but one condition here is, so within 6 months of time he have to show that he have some majority, or he became the member of this council or assembly, that too within 6 months of time. So what is the tenure of CM? So tenure of CM is not fixed. Okay, he is not fixed, the tenure is not fixed, and he holds office during the pleasure of governor. So during the pleasure of governor, so he will be working, and he cannot be dismissed by governor as long as he enjoys majority support in the legislative assembly. And the state legislative assembly can also remove him by passing a vote of no confidence. So if the vote of no confidence is passed here, so CM along with council of ministers, they have to dissolve. Okay, so these are some important things regarding this CM. And now let us see this interesting image that is about seagulls. So a seagull, it is a seabird, and that is uniform in shape and have heavy body, very long wings and moderately longer neck. Okay, moderately longer neck. So these are some important characteristic features of the seagull. So if you see here, it is uniform in shape, and it is having the heavy body, and it is long, and the wings are moderately long necked. And when the seagulls, they will drink this salt water, a pair of glands which is present above their eyes, though that will be removing the salt content from the body. So once salt is removed, it leaves their body throughout to the nostrils. And actually here, so this is suitable for them as it enables them to fly way out in the sea to look for the food for a long period of time. So here what happened? So these seagulls, they will be drinking the sea water. As you all know that types of water, we have sea water and fresh water, that is in lakes and rivers. So it is feeding on this salt water, but what happens? So it is having some glands. So with that glands, what happens? So it can remove the salt. Okay, so now let us see next topic. It is about calibrating a strategy for India's future growth. So this article is at most important. Okay, so we are going to see what are the measures that can be taken by government to improve our status of economy. To improve our status of economy, so what are the steps that can be taken? So we are talking about this article which says that India's growth 2023 to 2024, which has been projected by RBI at 7%, and by IMF, that is International Monetary Fund, it said that we are going to have the growth of 6.3%. So there are a number of rating agencies, they will be giving forecast. So one here is RBI and IMF. So IMF and RBI, they are not rating agencies, but these are the organizations, they are giving this growth prospects. And this one is many ongoing geopolitical conflicts which are happening in other countries like Russia-Ukraine war and Israel-Hamas war. They created a climate of sanctions leading to the break in supply chains. So whenever there is break in the supply chains is happening, that will lead to disruptions. Okay, that will lead to disruptions in the movement of the goods, right? So if there is no clearance, how we can go for moving? No, right? So here, because of this geopolitical conflict, now we are seeing there are some disruptions in the international settlements. And even one more thing here is Russia, which has been banned from the SWIFT payment system. Okay, so it is also one cause of concern. And world real GDP growth has been fallen. So here it also says that there is decreasing of global exports. So many countries including India want to reduce their dependence on the imported petroleum, and we are focusing on especially the renewable sources. Okay, because in international markets also there is high level of volatility. Okay, so now let us see the next topic. Okay, that is about enhancing of employment. So as you all know that India is having the good demographic dividend, and even there is a report said that we are going to have around 68.9% of people who are working population by 2030. So because of this, to use this people, okay, so we can come with some schemes that will directly recruit the students, or else you can come up with a skill enhancement program as well. Okay, we can go for training and skilling, so that what happen, that will be helpful for the performance, right? Okay, so we can go for training and skilling. And next one is employment growth is critically dependent on GDP growth. Okay, so the growth of the working age population is projected to be 1.2% in 2023 to 24 and 0% in 2048 to 49. So because of this, yes, there is a need of skill management, and as well as skill advancement is very, very important. And 2022 to 23 here, according to period labor force survey, that is PLFS, so the worker population ratio, it is showing the number of employed persons in the population above 15 years of age. So that had been increased to 51.8% from 44.1%, that is in year 2017 to 18. So now what happened, that is increasing of 1.5 percentage points per every year, which is seen. And next one is non-agricultural growth. Okay, so even we all need to focus on this non-agricultural growth. For example, laborers, agricultural laborers, and for example MSMEs. So in this also we need to focus more. So because those are the engines of employment, so they will provide the employment. Okay, so because of this we have to focus on them as well. And we have to facilitate absorption of productivity enhancing technologies, including artificial intelligence and generative artificial intelligence, that would add to the overall growth. So here actually we have to focus on how to increase the production, how to increase the productivity. Like already we are having demographic dividends, so why can't we use them? Okay, so how can we improve the supply chains, and how can we improve employment opportunities? So it is very, very important. So even we can use this artificial intelligence technology as well. That will lead to overall growth of the country. And next one is in this COP26 summit. So India has submitted to reduce total carbon emissions, and India said that we are going to come with carbon neutrality by 2070. So India also came with initiatives like Green's Grid Initiative, One Sun, One World, One Grid Initiative, so that even we are also going to focus on electric vehicles as well, and even ethanol based vehicles and hydrogen fuels, so that we can decrease this carbon emissions soon. And next one is we have some climate prone technological challenges or changes that will reduce the potential growth rate. So even that will be having some adverse impact on service sector growth. And if we're talking about the fiscal responsibility, it is a target of government. So government need to maintain the fiscal responsibility. Okay, especially it can achieve fiscal responsibility target. And if you're talking about next one, growth close to its potential. So it is important to ensure that the combined fiscal deficit and the debit to GDP ratios, they are brought down to 6% to 60%. So here we have to focus on how can we decrease this deficit. So deficit is very, very high in India, and we have to think like how we have to reduce that deficit. So whenever there is decreasing of deficit, automatically there will be decreasing of interest payment, so that we can increase our interest, okay, such that we can also focus on this fiscal responsibility of the government. And next one here is this would enable achieving of balance of surplus. So whenever there is decreasing of deficit, whenever we are saving the same this interest rates or interest that is paid on the debt, yes, we can focus on achieving the balance or surplus on this revenue account of central and state governments. And we have to reduce government savings. Okay, so in what happens, so that will be leading to this savings. So automatically whenever whenever the interest payment has been decreased and whenever their savings is increasing, and that will lead to potential ability of the economy, right? So here this is the thing which mainly said. And next one is over medium term. So we have to perform well in the sectors which are affecting. We have to identify which of the factors led to the decreasing of our economy, and we have to focus on that both domestically and as well as both externally. And we have to increase savings and interest rates, and even we can improve the skills of young people so that automatically we can generate employment opportunities. So because of this is the growth rate of this economy will be also increased. So this is the thing which mainly said. And please let me know what are the important causes for air pollution. So please pause the video and let me know what are the important causes for this air pollution in India. Done, students? So what are the important causes? Please let me know. So this article is talking about air pollution in India. Yes, air pollution that we are seeing. So if you see now we have winter season, especially in some metropolitan cities. As you can see in the early morning fog is there. Because of that there is decreasing of visibility. Okay, so that is one of the important and leading cause for accidents in these winter mornings. So if you see this article is talking about air pollution, India's air pollution is solely responsible for the highest number of diseases, that is especially respiratory diseases like chronic obstructive lung disorder and asthma, pneumonia. So these are some diseases which are seen in this respiratory system. So here about 50% of all cases in the world in India, and we can see like asthma for 13%. So there is a lot of complications of these respiratory diseases which are seen, and the primary reason here is because of what? Pollution. So the result is that people in these cities, they have a reduced life expectancy. So whenever people are suffering from this type of diseases, yes, what happen automatically, that will lead to reducing of life expectancy of how much? About 9 years of life expectancy. For example, if he lives for 16 years now, because of this pollution, he will be living for only 60 years. Okay, so even this World Economic Forum also came up with a report which says that here the cost for India because of this air pollution is about 7.91 lakh crore annually. So it is very, very huge. And even government came up with this National Clean Air Program, but here it has not been a successful program. And even government said that we are going to come up with this Greater Nicobar Development Plan, and it is an assault on richness of biodiversity abundance in this island. And even whenever we are coming up with this type of developmental projects in these ecologically sensitive regions, so we can see that will have like disastrous impact on air, disastrous impact on water, environment, conditions, biodiversity which is present in that region. And next one here is government also came up with this Central Vista project in nearby this capital region, and the cost of this project is about 20,000 crore. Okay, that project which led to the loss of tens of thousands of trees. Okay, tens of thousands of trees. So the existing alarming situation of air pollution in the country, which warrants an urgent proactive plan to be the part of the government, and we have to protect life expectancy as well. So there are various worthy practices that can be done, okay, such that we can also move towards the concept of social forestry, and author says that this is time to act, and we have to give hope to the people that their life expectancy will be going to be increased. Okay, so this is about this topic. And now let us see next topic. It is about on listing of cases in the Supreme Court. So this article is important from your polity which comes in a GS paper too. So if you see context, it says that two letters written separately by lawyers. The first one is Dushyant Dave, second one is Prashant Bhushan, and they addressed directly to Chief Justice of India and the Supreme Court Registry respectively regarding complaints of irregularities in the listing of cases. So there is a complaint which is raised by these two lawyers, that is irregularity in the listing of cases. So here this Prashant Bhushan, he focused on the journey of batch of petitions, and these petitions, they were filed by advocates and journalists who were charged under UAP, that is Unlawful Activities and Prevention Act. And these petitions, they were earlier listed before bench headed by Justice Chandrachud, which had passed substantive orders to protect these petitioners from coercive action by the state. So that time, whenever these petitions are filed before the Supreme Court, at that time says that we have to protect the rights of these people, and here government should not take any coercive action. And in October 2023, it however came up before a bench of Justice Aniruddha Bose and Trivedi. Okay, so this is about this topic. And now I want to tell once again regarding this Prelims Booster course. So it is starting today. So try to join this course as soon as possible, because I think you can believe me. Yes, you are believing me, right? So if you are believing me and if you are having trust on me, so come and join this course. So there we are going to have the revision classes. Revision classes will be taken by me. So if there is any addition of current affairs, I will be telling in the revision classes. So on every Sunday, we will be having revision class from 6 to 8 p.m. and we can talk to, and you can talk to me on Zoom, so that if you have any doubts, you can ask me and you can clarify your doubts. So join this course, is absolutely beneficial. So believe me, students. And in this week, you can go for join for this course. Don't worry. Okay, so that's all for today. So I hope you enjoyed this lecture. And if you want to get the notes of this class, you can join the Telegram channel. So Telegram channel name is Rathods IAS classes. Okay, so this is Telegram channel Rathods IAS classes. Do join. Okay, do join this channel so that you can get the updates. And even this is our Prelims Booster course PDF. Okay, so this is our schedule of this Prelims Booster course. So today is 11/12/2023, right? So you have to study some topics of historical development, salient features of a constitution, preamble, citizenship, union and its territory. So these are the topics for today, just 5 chapters. So based on that chapters, you will be having the test at 6 p.m. and will be having 15 to 20 questions every day. And tomorrow you have to read fundamental rights. Okay, so we gave 1 day for fundamental rights, and later on you have to read DPSP, fundamental duties and amendments on the next day. So I also gave you like the timetable for the current affairs. So you have to divide your day into 2 slots, and 1 slot you have to keep for GS and another slot for your current affairs. So in this way we had a plan, and after every week on every Sunday you will be having revision holiday. So if you have missed any topics on that day, you can cover on this Sunday, and on this Sunday you will be having class from 6 to 8. Okay, and in the normal days you will be having the class on Tuesday and Friday. And I also said that you will be having this full length test, right? That full length test had planned at last. Okay, see here. So this is the schedule for the full length test. So from February onwards, every Sunday you will be having a test. Every Sunday you will be having test. You have to take test from February, and you are also having this revision class. So you have to spend 4 hours of time, 2 hours for revision and 2 hours for test. So first we are going to complete single subject like polity, environment, geography, ecology, history, and next second test will be combination test, that is polity plus environment, geography plus economy, like that. And later on we will be having the 5 full length test. Okay, so this is the plan of this Prelims Booster course. So you will be having daily practice, you will be having a mentor support, you will be having the full length test, and also you will be having the live classes. So what do you want? So this is more than enough to clear your prelims. So try to join this course as soon as possible, And if you have any doubts, you can contact me on this number 8074765513. Okay, so even this is WhatsApp number. Okay, you can text me on WhatsApp as well. So if you want to get this timetable, you can join the Telegram channel. In that group, we already posted this schedule yesterday. And this is our YouTube channel, Rathods IS Academy. Please do subscribe to this channel. Okay, that's it. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this class. So if you really like this class, hit the like button, and please do share this class to your friends as well, and do subscribe to this Rathods IS Academy, and don't forget to join this Prelims booster course. Thank you so much for watching.